Dominique Dawes has already etched her name in American gymnastics lore. Like Dominique Moceanu in the all-around, Dawes hoped to dust off the competitive cobwebs on the uneven bars and recapture her magic from Atlanta. But over the next several nights, we'll also be introduced to the new wave. Those young women who watched the Magnificent Seven in Atlanta and now hope to succeed them.
A year ago, the Gliders gym in Covina, California was a bit less colorful. Coaches Beth and Steve Rybacki have seen baby Lexi turn the gym into her own personal playground. And it is here, too, that a new generation of American gymnastics has been born. For at age 16, Vanessa Atler and Jamie Dancher are together shifting the national balance of power.
They probably spend more time together
than their own sisters
than with their own sisters or brothers or their own family members.
Probably more time with us than their own parents do.
Yeah. So, and they're very compatible.
There it is, nicer.
It makes you feel more comfortable because you're with somebody that you know and you've been together. Instead of feeling all alone, it's kind of, sometimes it's hard to go to meets without each other. Because I mean, just being in the hotel, you know, away from your family. I mean, you have your friend there. I mean, and your best friend. It's like makes it really reassuring. Yeah, it's way better. It makes your nerves kind of go down a little bit if we can, you know, look at each other and give each other a little bit smile or something, you know, or make a joke or something.
They connected almost immediately when they met at their old gym.
She came in to try out, and I just remember. She had like her long braid in her hair, and we were sitting there stretching. We were both 9, and she was stretching, and I was like all scared to come up because I had to be in their group, and then I like just sat down stretching real high, like that real high.
2 years later, their coach sent them to Beth Rybacki for choreography. They found Beth understood the meaning of no fear, the meaning of girl power. So the girls never left.
Snap, snap, snap! The last one was better. You gotta be more aggressive in what you're doing. More oomph every time you go. This is gonna make you stronger.
At age 14, gymnastics phenomenon Beth Ann Klein was good enough to stretch the imagination. An American Olga? An American Nadia?
We've seen tapes of her before, and yeah, I've read things about how good she was, and I kind of wish that I like watched her before, you know, like before I knew her. That would have been even cooler, I guess.
But the 1980 Moscow Olympic boycott left Beth's dream in tatters. 20 years later, both her protégés are pointed toward 2000.
It's probably a way of her, like, kind of, not like living through us, but, you know, like, she wants us to go to the Olympics kind of, I mean, for us, but, you know, she missed that, you know, and I think she really wants to. Yeah, to take someone there, or both of us there, would be, like, almost finishing her dream.
My life, it's not like it will come to any closure, whether I go or not. It will be cool to walk in opening and closing ceremonies, I must say, though. But it's their dream now, and it's my job to help them get there.
For the moment, the Olympics must wait. Baby Lexi is hungry. Again.
Atler competed in the vault tonight and will be on the floor exercise tomorrow. Dancher will be in the mixed pairs competition over the weekend, so you'll see them. For taped coverage of gymnastics, sponsored by Sony, here's Greg Lewis.
Russia's Svetlana Horkina isn't like other gymnasts. High heels, makeup, and attitude set this glamour girl apart, whether she's in the gym or in the mall. And her latest endeavor in Russia's Playboy magazine turned gymnastics itself upside down. But in the competitive spotlight, Horkin has adorned herself with 5 Olympic and world golds. Still, 2 nights ago, she faltered here in the all-around, a disappointing 7th place. Tonight, the Queen of the Bars seeks revenge in her best event. She's the Olympic champion, #1, bar none. Well, welcome inside Nassau Veterans Memorial Coliseum. It is day number 3 of these Goodwill Games gymnastics and the first night of individual event finals featuring the men's floor exercise and pommel horse and the women's vault and uneven bars. And working with me, Kathy Johnson-Clark and Bart Connor. And Kathy, we're going to see Svetlana Horkina a little later, but we're going to start right off the top with this young woman, America's new star, Vanessa Atler.
What a tremendous opportunity for Vanessa Atler. This is her first time in major competition. She was too young last year to compete at the World Championships, and she's got a shot at a medal, though she's up against some wonderful vault finalists.
And Bart, on the men's side, the 97 men's floor world champion Alexei looking for a little revenge?
Could be, because he was terrible in the all-around competition, but he's terrific on the floor. And Greg, I've always thought if you took the power of Carl Lewis and you mix it with the ballet technique of Baryshnikov, you have Alexei Nemov. He's in a wonderful sensation on the floor. He's a master there, and we're going to see him perform on the floor tonight.
And here is the premier American prospect for Sydney, the 2000 Games, Vanessa Atler.
She's performing a layout Cuervo, and believe me, it's as exotic as the name sounds. It's an unusual vault, one that is very, very difficult. It's worth a 9.9. Whoa!
Man,
Whoa.
She went flying.
Talk about height and distance.
Atler is making her senior international debut here tonight in these Goodwill Games.
This is worth a 9.9, and she is so clean in the air. It's going to be hard to find deductions in the air. They'll hit her a little bit for the landing.
1996 USA Junior all-around national champion.
Reminds you in a way of Mary Lou Retton with that overabundance of power. Mary Lou had a problem in her career of making good landings because she was too springy, too bouncy when she landed. That could be a concern for Vanessa.
9.650, and that is the best vault score of the evening. And ranks her number 1 as we just get underway with this night of event finals, vault and uneven bars for women, floor exercise and pommel horse for men.
Her second vault is also worth a 9.9. That's going to be key here, having the highest rated vault. Watch this double twisting Yurchenko. Let's see if she can pull it around. Very nice. She's a tremendous vaulter with so much power, great technique.
Greg, you mentioned that she was a hot prospect for the U.S. in Sydney in 2000. I really admire her coaches, Beth and Steve Rybacki, because they're really trying to keep that Olympic hopeful pressure down on her. They don't do all the interviews. They're trying to keep it nice and cool because there sometimes can be a curse being called an Olympic hopeful.
When we come back, world champion Alexei Nemov will compete.
Tomorrow night at the Goodwill Games, the glory and the grace of some of the most amazing athletes in the world. Gymnastics, the 1998 Goodwill Games, where the world's best prove it. 8:05 Eastern tomorrow night on the Superstation.
Our opening night of event finals, Vanessa Atler of the USA leading now in the women's vault with a 9.662. The young American showing herself nicely in her senior international debut. But now to floor exercise, and Alexei Bondarenko, who was the silver medalist in last night's all-around of the Goodwill Games and had an unusually low 8.95 on the floor X.
Greg, he missed his second tumbling run, and we'll see if he can make it today. He's a very quick tumbler. His coach says he's light, and he thinks that's impressive to the judges, and he does moves effortlessly, and I think that's one of the reasons he gets such good scores.
You think the foot problem's gone away?
Well, we're going to find out right now. Watch this. Should be a double twisting, double somersault. Oh, yeah. Boy, that looks better than he did last night.
It wasn't really till the end of the routine that we started seeing the problems. He missed the middle pass and then watered back.
Let's see. Here's the tricky one. Much better tonight. Little sloppy on the landing. There's the Thomas flares. Up the handstand and down. Beautiful. Great combination there. You're seeing so many combinations of pommel horse elements on the floor these days to rack up bonus points.
It's provided a nice new dimension to men's floor exercise, actually.
Mm-hmm. certainly one of the current stars of the sport. And we asked him about his star status, and he said, well, maybe after the Olympics I might be a star, but right now I don't feel like I'm a star.
Well, he's the '98 European all-around champion, so he's well on his way to being a star.
What power.
Oh, but he went for a harder skill this time. He definitely watered back an all-around through a full twisting double back here, though.
Alexei Bondarenko of Russia.
Alexei finished first in the all-around and the parallel bars, second on the pommel horse, third on the floor exercise, and fourth on the skill rings. And by the way, he finished
last tumbling pass. Full twisting double back with the full in the first somersault. He came in a little bit low, but managed to show good control on the landing. He's only 117 pounds, so the guy flies like a bird. He's light.
And Alexei Nemov gets ready to perform, the defending floor champion. And here is Alexei Bondarenko, 9.525, only the second best score on the floor.